We've given some of our masterminders the opportunity to raise their profile, to come on stage now and share with you a little bit about their journey, what they've done and how they've achieved it. But listen carefully to what they say, because these are all successful people who've all stepped up, they've invested in themselves, they've got an amazing group of people around them supporting and encouraging them, and they're gonna share. I would be surprised if you couldn't get at least 1 or 2 golden nuggets from each of these. So make sure you're taking great notes. This is gonna inspire you, this is gonna help you, and who knows, because they're all raising their profile, maybe some of them you might even want to work with in the future as well.
So firstly, to everyone that's putting on this event, you're absolutely doing an amazing job. So thank you very much, Pin, everyone that's doing this stuff. Give some love for them. Firstly, let's do that. My Wealth Dynamics is deal maker, so I can go on. So I've structured this. Apologies, I've rehearsed it to 6 minutes. But I'm going to say 2 lessons, 1 story, and a quote. Who am I? I am the founder of Creative Caves. Our tagline is Rooms to Recharge, and we supply furnished holiday lets to the British film industry. And we're concentrating 23 and 24 on the apart hotel model and starting Carly and Stuart's apart hotel course in May. My core why: I'm a son, I'm a brother, recently an uncle, massive love. I'm a husband who has been very, very fortunate to find and marry his soulmate. And she has given me the start of my second life, which I'll kind of tell you and explain it at the end, which is the quote. She has also given me 2 phenomenal human beings that are my children, who, Rob McFun will be happy to know, do have me practicing the art of negotiation on a day-by-day, minute-by-minute, and in that weird little kind of hour before bath, second-by-second basis. The first lesson and the first story that I want to kind of tell everyone is something that Simon told us on the accelerator, which was about life insurance. Okay, not the most exciting. But the story that goes with that, and actually I tack on wills and powers of attorney, the story that I have is that on the 12:55, on the 5th of February, I had to phone for an ambulance for my wife. And by the time the ambulance turned up, they said she'd lost about 1 litre of blood, and if they'd been another half hour, 45 minutes, there's a strong possibility that she wouldn't be here. So God bless the NHS, all of you NHS people, do property, but please carry on doing what you're doing, which is saving lives, and if you can, give blood. So, work, I'm going to just smash through that or else I get too emotional. So, who am I and what do I do? My work time is split between mastermind, property, and being an assistant director on film sets, short form commercials, etc., etc. And as a deal maker, I'm surrounded by creators and stars, and my whole core purpose of being there is to kind of focus the minds to maximize the minutes. And it's fun. It is fun, and you do have to deal with problems. Now, part of this whole reason of why I'm here and what I'm doing is for my family and for my children. And the Creative Caves is for the film industry because they who I am. 2018, cash flow popped into my life, the phrase. So I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and as probably with most of you, it kind of just burst my bubble. It was like Family Fortune. It was like, we asked 100 people, is your house an asset? You said yes. Our survey said, I was like, oh, God. So deep dive that, found Property Magic Handbook, and I convinced my wife to spend some of our savings to do Accelerator. Did Accelerator, day 2 of Accelerator, I can only describe was like the most epiphany moment that I can ever have. And it's similar to kind of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Great film, Coen Brothers. But there's a moment in the film where they're there and they hear this music, they see this lake, and people are being baptized. And I know it's a little bit maybe out there, but on that day 2, I was like, it was like, holy moly, HMOs and praise be to PLO. I was like coming up like that stuff. And from there, I was like, I've got to get on Accelerator. And the second lesson is money and the finance and the capital to do all of this and property. It's in your phone, it's in your network, it's in this room. So we didn't have the funds to do Accelerator. So I went to Shireen at the back room. I said, give me a week. Wrote a proposal, went out, found an investor, and they've actually sponsored me to be on this course and doing it. And I thank them so much, because without them, I wouldn't be here. So the course starts, it's October, and I try and do it all. The thing, the HMO, the this, the calls, the Facebook groups, and I drown. Not in a bad way, in like an Augustus Gloop, Willy Wonka chocolate factory, just like diving into the chocolate river. But I knew I needed to have a strategy and focus. And the group did that, my coaching calls, shout out Andy Gore, Asset Living, it gave me a clarity of what I needed to do and who I was doing it for. And that's what Mastermind is. It's not just one day a month, listen to Simon and Andy and everyone just be amazing and impart their knowledge. As like today, you come away and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know so much. And it's draining. For me, it's draining getting all this amazing info. The Mastermind and Kajabi, you get this online course and it's like that. And then alone, it's worth its weight in gold. It's this photo here. It's my Mastermind 32 family. It's the support that they give me. It's the WhatsApp groups and the chats and the calls. Outside of property, when I went through what I went through with my wife, James and Engin, shout out to the two of you. You helped me through that moment, and for that, I will be eternally grateful. All right? Love you both. And that's it. It's Mastermind. It's the group. It's the support. It's the accountability to push yourself out of the comfort zone. And apart hotels, I came onto the course. I was like, I'm going to do tiny buy-to-lets, up somewhere cheap, and just figure it out. And now I'm like, no. So I'm not going to swear. Because I promised myself I wouldn't. I did. I promised myself I'm going to do apart hotels. And I'm joining the course. And I thank everyone that is going to help me on this journey, because you will all help me on this journey. And so the final quote that I'm going to leave you with, it was about 2 days after my wife had just been discharged from hospital. She's on the mend. She's doing well. She's so strong. It's unbelievable. But I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast, and it popped out this phrase that I hope has an impact as it did for me, for you at home, for you in the room, and it is that everyone here gets 2 lives. You all get 2 lives. And your second life starts the moment you realize you only have 1 life. Anyway, so, as I say in the day job, thank you very much, ladies and gents. That is a wrap.
Thank you very much indeed. It's absolute pleasure to see you all. What a stunning picture of me that is. My journey, right, okay. If you look right at the top, you'll see where I've come from. I've been in the parcel business for 20 years, and that was my super team. And we won awards for that depot, and when we first got the depot, it was a complete nightmare. It was the worst in the league, and we promoted it right to the top. And head office used to send so many people to my depot to find out what the magic was. How did you do it? How did you get this to this? And, well, I think it was this word, vision. Yeah? I shared a vision with the team around me that we were going to be the best depot, regardless of whether they liked it or not. So, and vision's about goal setting. And it's not just writing bits of goals on a bit of paper. You've got to close your eyes. You've got to feel it. You've got to add emotion. You know when you get that feeling that you've got to win and there's a little bit of electricity running through you? That's what you need when you think about your goals. You know, you've got to feel them. I'm a high-energy person, as you can probably tell. And people love energy. And we are in a people business. So that's what I would say with your goals. Feel it. Put emotion into it. So why am I here? Right, okay, so there's my wife and my new son, Jensen. I chose his name. We thought it... Thank you very much. We actually thought it was going to be a girl because my wife writes children's books, and there's her new book, Mia's Glowing Heart. Now, that's about the energy that you've got within, yeah? You should learn to love yourself first. Use that energy within you. That is where you're going to get investors. That's where you're going to get the universe to give you what it wants to give you. So, and you've got my son there, and you've got Lily. Now, we homeschool our children. Yeah, so my son who's 9, we talk about rich dad, poor dad. We talk about the 10 levels of wealth. And he's asking me about, holding companies and SASs. And we have a conversation, believe it or not. So that's the power of home education. My wife's writing books. I don't want to go to work on the hamster's wheel and miss that. I want to make sure that they can have the choices in life. So that's why I'm doing it. So I sold my parcel business. Thank you very much. That was in July. And I thought, right, I'm going to get into property. Yeah. So I go home. I've got a nice office. I sit at my desk. I sit down. And I thought, oh, how do you do this? And the clock, I can hear the clock going. I thought this would be easy. So I was online doing some sort of research, and Simon Zutshi turned up. So I thought, you know what? I think I need some education. Yeah, I think I need some education. So that's what I thought. Education. If I get educated, I'm going to be able to talk about property, understand the strategies, because I didn't know a CMO from a HMO. I really didn't know anything. So went on to the accelerator, and it just opens your eyes and your mind to all of the possibilities. The building at the top right there, I would have usually driven past that because that wouldn't have suited the traditional buy-to-let, but I didn't drive past it. I put it was empty. There was a load of mail building up behind the door, so I put one of my leaflets through, my only leaflet I've ever put through, and I thought, do you know what, I could turn that into a part hotel, HMO, something that I'd been taught. So the education is really, really important. Okay, so the next most important thing you can do, and it's absolutely critical for me, is networking. Yeah? Now, do you think I like networking? No, I didn't in the early days. I didn't. I turned up to my first meeting in Leeds. I didn't know anybody. And I tripped over as I went in. I literally fell over some carpet and I've fallen in the room. So I was like, oh, I just want to go home. But networking is the most important thing I can do because it gives me a chance to talk about property, so practicing talking with people about what you're doing. I tell everybody what I'm doing. And when I was leaving a pie shop the other day, because they're good in the northeast, so I opened the door for this lady and she came out and she was walking my way. So I'm talking about Durham serviced accommodation with a complete stranger all the way up the road. And that's what we need to do. We need to tell people what we're doing. So, and the other tip that I like to do is I like to go and speak to the speakers. So these are influential people. These have got the power teams that I want to be sort of working with. And also, I can give them my energy. It's not just about taking, it's about giving back. So you've got some big players there. Obviously, you've got the biggest player at the top there, Simon Zutshi. And I've got a JV partner here. Here's the thing. I bought a building, yeah, by putting my hand on it and thinking, just this feels nice. I could feel the energy. So I felt the energy of the building. It's this true story. So I felt the energy of the building. I thought, I've got to have this building. And it was online, it was auction. So I bought the building and I thought, oh, I might need some funding for that. So this chat, when you tell people what you're doing and the energy, you just get people come to you. It's just, it's not easy, but it's helpful if you've got a bit of energy. So Terry came forward and said, oh, well, I like your building. So we're doing a JV on that. So that's fantastic. I got some money for it. So networking is really, really important. And while I'm networking, of course, I'm building a team, aren't I? A power team, yeah? I find I'm the one that knows who can help you do something. If someone needs a commercial broker, I know someone. If not, someone needs a planning consultant, I know someone. If someone wants to do CMOs, that's Jerry Alexander. He's really, really good in that. And of course, if someone wants to be educated, you've got the Property Mastermind, which is what I'm on. So, really interesting, actually. There's a very interesting book called Who Not How. Yeah, you've probably all read it, and it's about don't do the things don't do stuff that you can't do. It's as simple as that. Find someone that can do what you need doing. So bottom left is unbelievably, I never thought I'd do it, a rent to service accommodation. So that is what it looked like and what it looks like now. Yeah, that's do you want to hear some numbers? Yeah, okay. So that's £900 a month to rent. And we've just had a booking for the month for £6,000. How about that? And that was a strategy that I didn't think I would do. It's utter madness. The next building along is a commercial building that it's bought. It's being cleared out as we speak. We're going to go service accommodation. And just while I've been out networking and talking to people, telling people what I do, I sort of realised that it is all about this, the vent, the vision, the education, the network, and the power team around you. If you're adding energy to all of those, then perhaps you might get offered a 19-bedroom apart hotel. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful.
I do hope you got massive value from watching this YouTube video. I'd encourage you to click on the link below to come and do the online training with me. And I've got another video lined up for you, which I think is also going to be really useful that you should watch once you've registered for the online training with me. So invest with knowledge, invest with skill. I'll see you very soon.